It is time now for our Sunrise Smart Start.
Well, today, government workers, nonprofit employees, and others are now eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. Erica Cost joining us live from the Kodak Hawkeye vaccination site with more on this. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, Leah. Well, as more eligibility opens up to these public-facing service workers, the question now becomes how close are we to herd immunity? Infectious disease specialist here in Rochester says in Monroe County about 25% of the population has been vaccinated. We're going to want to get to around 70–80%. He says more vaccine clinics and eligibility is a good thing for this, but something else that could get us there faster are the research efforts. They haven't stopped. Rochester Regional Health and other local facilities like URMC are now utilizing a research technique called genomic sequencing to learn more about COVID-19 variants. They do it by extracting the virus's genetic material. President Biden says he would like all adults to be eligible come May 1st. That's the deadline. Dr. Emil Lesho, that specialist I spoke to, is confident in. He says as more clinics open up and eligibility expands, he has confidence that we can get there. In Rochester, Erica Cost, News 8.
All right, Erica, thank you so much for the live update.
Well, Republican lawmakers are speaking out against the newly passed American Rescue Plan. That plan securing stimulus payments for families and more federal funding for nationwide vaccine efforts.
Joined once again by our Washington correspondent, Basil John, is outside the Capitol this morning. Basil, good morning. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Let's talk about the vaccination effort here. Will we be seeing even more vaccines even sooner? That's the big question.
Well, good morning, guys. And yeah, so far what we've heard from the president's team is that there is an expectation that more vaccines will be rolled out. Obviously, with that COVID relief deal, there was money allocated in it to guarantee more vaccinations across the board throughout the entire country and to make it more easily available for Americans. Originally, the projection was that, and the goal was to reach 100 million vaccines within 100 days. Now the president's team is saying that they expect to reach that goal by 60 days. And there are plans in order to have a COVID vaccine ad campaign put out in order to encourage more Americans to go and get the vaccine, to have more confidence in it.
Now, Republicans have been outspoken against the bill, but their states benefiting from the American Rescue Plan. Will they change their tune if the outcome is better in the next few months?
Well, in all honesty, it depends on which Republicans you're talking to. If you're talking to some of the Republican governors, you know that the governor of West Virginia, he's been actually very outspoken, saying that, well, in the long run, this is good for our state because of the funding that's coming through. However, it seems Republican senators, for the most part, have been very adamant. They are still not happy with the results of this bill and what it will turn out to. They said that they are at least happy that there will be results when it comes to combating the virus with the vaccine distribution and even the stimulus checks, but they said that that's just blanketing what they say is actually a bill that's nothing more than a ruse. So it doesn't seem they're going to be changing their tune anytime soon. Maybe in a few months or so, but I can't say at least within the next month or two.
All right, we'll certainly find out. Basil, thank you so much for that. Later today, Dr. Anthony Fauci and CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky are among those who will testify about the federal pandemic response before a House Oversight Committee.
Rocking the green on this St. Patrick's Day, Leah, as we talk about our morning forecast. A chance to find different green outfits as the temperatures bump up a little bit on this Wednesday. Josh, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mark. Unless you work by a green wall like I do, and then I would just disappear in green. So I had to settle with the subtle green and the tie. But happy St. Patrick's Day to all. 6:48 a.m. Mostly cloudy here in Rochester. You know what? Less of a chill this morning. That's the good news. Good morning, Greece. You're at 33. Good morning, Canandaigua. You're at 36 right now. Mostly cloudy. The story this morning. Later this afternoon, I think we'll see some breaks of sunshine. And yes, if you live away from Lake Ontario, you have a shot at hitting 50 degrees.
All right, Josh, thank you. Another check of our sunrise traffic as we have a look at the roads as we approach 6:49 this morning. Light volume starting to pick up a little bit coming in from the west side along 490, but as you can see, it's flowing nicely. No backups on 390 or 590 as well. So if you're heading out the door right now, should be a smooth ride in. Leah?
All right, the Rochester City Council passing a resolution urging immediate disciplinary action against the officers involved in the Daniel Prude case. The resolution states, quote, "The residents of this city have the right to see a conclusion to this matter and to see justice served," end quote. This comes after a grand jury chose not to indict any of those officers involved in Prude's death. The resolution passed in City Council with an 8-1 vote.
Monroe County is expanding its forensic intervention team. Officials say the move will add new positions to respond to mental health calls and connect with those in need in the community. The FIT team will increase to 28 full-time members who are also trained clinicians. FIT will also assist law enforcement in mental health calls and provide follow-ups to make sure those connections that are made are successful.
Well, the University of Rochester Medical Center has been chosen to take part in Moderna's pediatric COVID-19 vaccine trials. Officials with URMC say doctors will be testing infants to children age 12. Those involved in the trial say children make up 23% of the population, and it's crucial to get them vaccinated to achieve 80% herd immunity.
State Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins says an agreement to legalize recreational marijuana is nearing. Stewart-Cousins added legislation is extremely close to getting through the Assembly. The State Sheriff's Association remains opposed to this legalization, saying it will make roads less safe and encourage marijuana use among teenagers.
Officials say 8 people are dead and 1 man is now in custody following shootings at 3 different Atlanta area massage parlors. Police there first responding to a robbery call at one business where they say they found 4 women killed. They also discovered 2 other shooting scenes at separate massage parlors with 4 more women pronounced dead. 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long has been taken into custody in connection with the shootings. The investigation is ongoing.
Well, some good news here. Tiger Woods has come home from the hospital after that crash last month that had him in the hospital for several weeks. The golfing legend was driving back on February 23rd near Los Angeles when his SUV crossed a center divider and went off the roadway. Woods had injuries and cuts to his face and multiple fractures in his right leg. In a social media post Tuesday, Woods thanked hospital staff, saying, quote, "I will be recovering at home and working on getting stronger every day." And we wish him well.
Yeah, glad to hear he's home for sure.
Time for news from around the state this morning now. The removal of toll plazas from the Thruway's former ticketed system will resume this week. State Thruway officials say all booths are expected to be removed by the end of the summer. This is the next and final phase of construction for the Thruway's transition to cashless tolling. The state switched to cashless tolls back in November.
Well, as calls grow for Governor Cuomo's resignation, calls also growing to remove his name from the Watkins Glen State Park sign. You might have heard about this. The sign sitting at the entrance of the well-traveled Gorge Trail, which attracts thousands of visitors per day in the summer. The petition on change.org already receiving 2,000 signatures. The New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation declined to comment on that petition, saying the sign would be changed with each new governor.
As we move into the drier spring season, New York's ban on residential brush burning is now taking effect. There are exceptions to note: small campfires for cooking fires, as well as religious ceremonies or flag disposal. They should never be left unattended, though, these fires. The burn ban runs through May 14th. Fines for violating the rule can be up to $500.
Law enforcement officers across New York State are stepping up patrols on impaired driving this St. Patrick's Day. The Special Traffic Enforcement Detail is designed to reduce alcohol and drug-related traffic crashes. The enforcement campaign will run through Sunday, March 21st. During the 2020 St. Patrick's Day campaign, law enforcement throughout the state issued over 77,000 tickets for vehicle and traffic law violations, including about 2,000 arrests for DWI, so do not drink and drive.
To our Family First segment on this Wednesday, talking about overcoming anxiety today. After a year of spending a lot of time at home, more people are being vaccinated and many children are returning to activities like sporting events.
Some may experience anxiety as they adjust, and we spoke with happiness coach and best-selling author Danny DeNovo about what parents can do to help ease their stress.
Tell your kids, look, over the last year, we have spent so much time cultivating these skills of twisting and bending and turning and adapting, and we've gotten really good at it because of everything that's happened. Expect to be a little bit behind. We were in school, we were out of school, we were hybrid, we were online.
Well, she also says kids have gotten used to spending more time with their family and encourages families to continue to schedule time to be together, even as things slowly return to normal.
All right, let's get a look at the GRE Morning Business Report now. Facebook launching a new tool to make it easier for you to get vaccinated. The feature on the Facebook app will help you find the nearest vaccination sites and book an appointment as well. It's under Facebook's COVID-19 Vaccine Information Center.
All right, listen to this. A new survey shows more than 60% of Americans want the government to stop dictating the size of gatherings once vaccines are widely available. The poll conducted by Sports and Leisure Research Group shows most Americans who plan to be vaccinated support requiring a proof of vaccination for certain public events.
All right, here's what folks might be talking about at the water coolers this morning. Did you hear about this? 2 people have died after a massive commercial fireworks explosion in California. Have a listen.
Scary scene there. Fire crews responding to the neighborhood Tuesday after fireworks rattled nearby homes, prompting an evacuation order. Police say the 2 deaths occurred in the area of that blast. The victims have not been identified. The cause of that explosion is under investigation.
Terrible news there.
Amazing video there.
Yeah. All right, Josh, let's button this up with a look at our St. Patrick's Day forecast. You got some green in that map behind you.
Yeah, a little bit of green to go with the holiday. A little luck of the Irish with us here on this St. Patrick's Day as temperatures south of the Thruway make a run for the 50s. I wouldn't be shocked to see 1 or 2 spots cracking 60. Meantime, up towards Lake Ontario, a much chillier breeze will blow off the big lake, and that's going to keep temperatures down into the 40s. So it's all about location, location, location on this St. Patrick's Day. And the clouds that are out there right now, they should at least give way to some breaks of sunshine. You can see that cloud cover in place across the region right now. Come with me to the south and west. You'll see some green on radar. That's rain that's in store for tomorrow. May even mix with a little wet snow. But in the meantime, for today, not bad. Big improvement over the last couple of days.
Yes, it is. All right. Thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in about 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is up next. Be safe and have a great St. Patrick's Day.
Wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and our apps for both news and weather.